Hi, Shuai. I just wanted to point out that notifications are one of the most important points, and you can see here that I've clicked on my notifications for the morning, and I'm going through each of them to see if there's any new people who've liked or retweeted, and checking on them. Now, what I normally do is, if you saw the one there that was not being followed, I right-click it, and that will open up a new browser, and then I can go and check out that follower. It's really important to be careful who you follow, although having said that, we want to follow as many people as possible. So if you look at the top of the browser now, where I'm pointing, these are all the people that are new in my notifications. So I'm going to have a quick look at each of them to see if they're consistent with what we're trying to achieve. And again, the reason for being careful with this is, and I've noticed it, I checked your Twitter, and I noticed one of the followers seemed a bit dubious, where they were probably posting inappropriate pictures and stuff. So this is something that you really need to do on a daily basis. Now, I'm happy to take that over for you once we've had a discussion, and I can start doing this sort of stuff for you, right? You just have to remember that it chews up time. So again, if you just watch through this video and notice what I'm doing, take no notice of the content, because this is a highly political channel that you may or may not agree with. That's not the point. I'm just trying to show you. So I'm looking on this guy here, for example, clicking on this new person, seeing that they seem to be very credible people. Sometimes I'll scroll down and look at the content to make sure that they're in line with what we're doing or what we're promoting on that particular Twitter account. Again, it's a political bashing account, but it's purely there for another reason, for creating followers for marketing purposes. That's all. So again, just to restate, whenever you get notifications, click on the, you'll have a blue mark next to notifications. Click on it and go through. You don't have to take too much time doing this, but just go through, scroll through to see if they're pertinent to what it is you're trying to do. Now, sometimes some of these people may not be necessarily anything associated with your business or what you're aiming for, but they may be interesting people. One of the key things is we want to follow as many people who have lots of followers, because if they retweet something that you post, then it's that pyramid or mushroom. It just goes out, and some of those people then start following. Now, as I mentioned to you earlier, the first 100 followers are hard to get unless they're friends. The second 250 are a little bit easier. But when you get to that, there's a critical point when you get to about 750 followers that it starts to really mushroom and bloom. And I would anticipate that once you get anywhere near that, that you're not going to have the time to manage it. So that's something, at the moment I'm sure you can manage it, but down the track we would probably want to be taking that over for you. Just to give you an example here, you see this particular post. Again, it's a very political post, but it's got something like 4.7 thousand views. Out of that, to give you an idea, we probably got 30 to 50 followers, maybe around about that. Now, other posts that we do, we might only get a couple of hundred likes or follows from, or views. And yet we'll get a higher proportion of followers. So you never really know what's going to appeal, and that's why we need to try different video posts, different type of content, to see what gets us the most followers per effort, if that makes any sense. So now, again, you may already have seen this on YouTube. We do it a little differently. We're very we spend a lot of time on Twitter and following these things through. A lot of the training that we've seen doesn't really get to the nitty-gritty of it. The other thing that I'll mention in another video that I'm doing for you is, and it's a short one, so don't worry, it's about doing searches. In the top right hand corner you have your search bar, using your own keywords which are about, you know, dermabrasion or whatever it might be, and seeing who pops up, and spend some time following their good content. And we found that on average, possibly, you know, 1 in 3 to 1 in 5 will refollow you. Okay, so it'll help you build your followers. Ultimately, you'll end up with you following more people than are following you. We can clean that up later on. At this point, in the next 6 months, we want to focus on just getting as many stable followers as possible. So I hope this little video helps. And again, you know, maybe you already knew all of this, but I just think I needed to point it out because it's very important. Just watch it through a few times, just to follow what I'm doing, and you should be good to go. So there's a second video coming to you in the next day or so. Thanks, Shuai. Take care.